What's up, Warriors of Jigoku? It is finally time for us to do a backstory video. And I have to say, I've been so excited to finally do one of these. It's been a long time coming. It's been a very long time since I've done a backstory, and more in-depth one for that matter. But it's finally time to do this. Dynasty Warriors 9 took over so much of my time and recording time, and the live stream week didn't really help with that, but I really wanted to get that done and do it just for the hell of it. So it's finally time for us to hop in. So as you see, this isn't Guang yet. We're showing Light first, but I'm going to go over a little bit of Light before we get into Guang. So without further ado, let's get into this. By now you are all familiar with the character known as Light, the protagonist or main character of my story. He's a boy who at the beginning detests humans for their judgmental and racist nature, but then however becomes very accustomed to them by living with them, and even wants to make a land where all manners of life, humans included, can live with equality and freedom of judgment and racism. In another realm, however, we are met with what Light would become if he didn't learn to accept humans, if he was pushed too far, if all he truly wanted was to erase and cleanse the world of each and every human. This is the story in another realm. This is the story of a boy who is also a hybrid, one who has a darker nature than Light. This boy's name is Guang. At the time of his younger life, Guang was nothing more than a city boy along with his two sisters, Hikari and Ember, and living happily with his parents. Like Light, Guang saw humans for how they treated people who weren't the same species as them. Kaijima, Ninsu, and Mystic alike were treated with hate and resentment, and Guang was no fan of these humans and their actions. He didn't hate all humans, of course, for he saw good in those who were closest to him. That did all change, of course, on one fate-twisting night. Guang's parents were both Kaijima and Mystic. Showing resentment to Guang's mother, who was a Kaijima, and disgusted with the Mystic father who fell in love with a Kaijima, there were humans that could not let such a disgusting sight in their eyes stay. So those humans hired assassins to kill the two and make a statement that these Kaijima, who were known as a battle-lusting species, must never be shown the affection that they think they deserve. It was on that night that both of Guang's parents were murdered before him and his sisters. In a fit of unbridled rage and blinded by his resentment, the young boy took the form of one-third of his hybrid status, the Kaijima. An extra layer of bones emerged from his arms, screaming in both pain and rage at his parents' deaths, the bones painfully emerging and giving him a coat of armor out of bone. But instead, Guang used it more as a weapon and used his sharp-boned fingertips to very gruesomely kill the assassins in front of his sisters, blood covering his arms and face, saving his sisters, yes, but also making them fear their older brother. Guang left one assassin alive to find out who hired them, and as soon as he got the info, he showed no mercy and killed the assassin. It was beginning to rain, and Guang had made his way to the client's home, where he too had a wife and two children who were both full-blooded humans. Knowing this, Guang first wanted to make the client feel the pain of loss that he had just felt from losing his parents. Making his presence known in the home and alerted the entire family to his position, Guang swiftly slit the neck of one of the children, giving off a gruesome and terrifying aura and glare. The client tried to fight back but was easily overpowered by the boy hybrid, making him watch as Guang killed the remaining two, the children, and then his wife. It wasn't long after there was no will to fight in the client after witnessing his family's death before him. With that sense of despair finally filling the client's soul, Guang finished him with a stab to the heart with his fingertips. And Guang looked around at his handiwork. For the first time, Guang's eyes were open. He felt liberated and felt free. Free from the shackles of human emotion and of humans in general. It was on this night that Guang wanted all Kaijima, Ninsu, and Mystic alike to feel the same sense of liberation that he had felt on this night. Many years passed and Guang was finally prepared to make his dream come true. With his overly charismatic speeches, personality, and intimidating presence of power, he was able to recruit many Kaijima, Ninsu, Mystics, and even convince some humans who felt the same way about their own species. This is where Guang would start his conquest into making a world free of humans. This is the birth of the Kurenza army. All right, guys. Here we go. We're hopping in and doing some action. So actually, before I actually did this, I decided to add in a couple more things. So for one, you can see Hikari right here, actually. I gave her an alternate attire, which will pretty much have her outfit in all white. I kind of took a page out of Dynasty Warriors in their own game. But where you can have like different colors and stuff. So I kind of did that so she would have the Kurenza kind of thing, because why she's here, well, you'll have to just wait until we get to her backstory. But I did add her, and then I did actually add a brand new character here who actually is very canon in here, but I never actually ended up making them because I was like, well, they get killed off extremely early, but I was like, you know what, I'll still make it happen regardless. So I decided to put them in because they are a very, even though they are very, like, not super important, like, well, let me say that they don't last long at all. They are very important to Hikari's backstory, so I actually really needed to put them in, so I'm glad I did that. All right, so there's nothing really going on over here. Haru, no! All right, I think, who's over here? Is it Hikari? And Liang Suo's over there. Liang Suo actually is the new character. They're all over there and they're struggling? Man, you all weak. Maybe I should help Hikari get this base. I mean, it's not like all of them are going to die right off the bat, right? All right, how about this? Let's have them split up. Let's go defend some bases for now. And we'll have Misume go over that base. Okay. Let's have everyone withdraw. Try to see if we can split them up. That actually kind of looks like what we're doing. Some of them are going back into the base. I think one of them's giving chase. That's perfect. All right. And then Hikari and I can come around from behind, giggity, and get Liang Ming, who is the commander. But yeah, so even though that took a lot of takes for me, I'm not even going to lie to you, that took so much time to do that whole script. Even though it was like a few minutes, I kept messing up. Like, writing the script, really easy. Reading it and then making sure it's accurate, that's a whole nother story. I had to take so many takes on that because I messed up a lot of times. But yeah, actually, thanks to this backstory, I went more in depth, and it actually helped me make the new character, Liang Suo, who I'll showcase one day. For those of you who are familiar with Shine, who is the character on the bottom right of pretty much my watermark, I guess you could say. So her right there, he is pretty much the gender bend version, or the mirrored realm version, I guess we could say, of Shine. And actually, I liked his design. It actually is reminiscent to her original. That's not Shine's original design. That's the one where she... it's like later in the chapter, along with Haruno. That's actually a later chapter version of Haruno as well. I'll eventually probably get them to like a older version, like OG Haruno, the one with the long hair. She's actually canon, and the original Shine is also canon as well, who I do not have artwork of yet. But these are my two favorite designs of them, so I put them in here. But I'll eventually do ones with them as well. So, all right. So I think we should be good now. So we're going to have 3 officers go on each side. So. Or better yet, no, I don't trust them. So let's just do this. We'll have them do this. Liang Suo, Ember, and Misume will take that base. And then we'll have Haru go after there. Kuru follow him. I need to find a name for Kuru as well. Liang Suo was the super easiest one so far. I was like, oh yeah, he's related to this person. Just give him the clan name and then put something at the end. Bam, did it. But yeah, I need to think something of. I need to think of something clever for Kuru. I'll think of something clever for him, because he is the gender bend version of my Kuru, the most beautiful one in my opinion. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Sorry, I was looking at my phone. But yeah, so we're gonna do this, and then next one is going to probably be Hikari. And then we'll move into Ember, and that will probably really... Ember's story, I feel... Oh, no, they're both going to show Guang in a whole new, different way. But not to mention, Ember's will probably show the cruelty of Guang a lot more than Hikari's will. So in a way, it's a backstory for Hikari and Ember when I do their videos, but it'll also be more towards Guang as well. So I think it'll be something you guys would be pretty cool to see, because it'll not only also be a... villainous development for Guang. So the reason why I stopped it so abruptly at that part of Guang's story is because you're going to see the other major parts of the story through their backstory, so. Urgh! Filthy human! Filthy human! Ow. Hip. Ah. Look at Ember putting in the work. Hip, hip. Oh, look, it's Liang Swope. Why is he over here? Oh, Hikari probably summoned him. Is that what happened? Did Hikari summon him? Hikari, you're not supposed to do that. All right, so wait, what's going on here now? So Liang Swo's over here, Ember's over there, and Haru is still there. Okay, so they were just taking the base from that guy. Okay. All right, Liang Swo, you can join us. Join me. Round up! So I know backstories can actually be a pretty long one, because I know I do the backstories, which takes about maybe 6 minutes. No less than 10, I believe. But then I also do the gameplay, just so it doesn't just end up with a boring, just you looking at a picture kind of thing. So, it'll probably be maybe a length video. I don't know. I try to make it so I wasn't too much at a disadvantage in this battle. Yeah, Hikari actually looks good in white. Her original outfit, from what you all remember, if you all remember, her outfit is actually blue, but I just changed it up to white, and it actually looks really good in white too. But why she's with him and why she ends up changing colors and everything will be in her backstory, so be looking forward to that. So like I think what I'll do is probably have the backstories every Monday. We'll see how that goes, though. So everything literally will come down in the backstories. These, like I said, these characters are probably my favorites in terms of doing the story for. This one, Kuru's, or hang on, Guang, Kuru, Hikari, Ember, and Kuno were probably my favorite ones so far. And I know don't get me wrong, I know pretty much my cover girl, who had technically changed to Kuno, but my other cover girl, the OG cover girl, Karna, is still up there in my favorites. Her backstory is also really one of my favorites as well. I do love her to death. But but as I was starting to get more into actually making backstories, I put more time into characters, so that's why. So for the originals, Karna is absolutely my favorite. But when it comes to me, when I put more time into backstories, the ones I just mentioned are probably a little bit more up there, but only because I've been more accustomed to doing backstories at the time. And because I pretty much had my story pretty much set in stone at this point. They took the base! Well, I'll take it back. Oh, look at my army pouring in, too. Good lord. Yeah, it always feels good to play this game again. I love playing this game. So yeah, the reason why I did the schedule for the backstories the way I did, I know I could probably get them done all in like 3 days, but I really want to take time with them. I don't want to make mistakes and everything. I really like putting time and effort into these backstories, so I really want to make sure that they come out to the best of my ability and to the trying to think of the word, to the best quality, I should say. That's the word. The best quality. So I don't want to just give you all like a half-assed thing that I like put like 2 seconds into. No, I'm not doing that. Now it may seem like, because it's like only like a couple minutes of the backstory, it's like I said, one, it's because his backstory pretty much progresses throughout Hikari and Ember's backstories. Second, I don't want to go too in depth with it, because if one day this actually does become a thing, become a reality, regardless of what kind of series it is, if it's a book series, if it's a web series or something, I don't want to give off too much. Just the backgrounds of the characters and everything. That's gonna hurt! Just body flops. You know what? Burn them up. And I know this will probably ruin this, but I'm gonna put a snow altar down anyway, just because I like the snow. I like snow. Dog! Eek! Eek, look out! Little sister. So I tried to make it accustomed because we do have beast gauntlets in this game, and they do have bones, like, at the end, pretty much. So that's kind of where I got the inspiration for the Kaijima form. If you don't chill the hell out, you stupid pikeman. So the only thing I'll probably change with Liang Suo, the new character I just made, like literally just like a couple seconds ago, I'll probably try to maybe give him another weapon at the time. I kind of wanted to give him something that was remotely similar to Hikari, or not Hikari, excuse me, to Shine, because Shine has the scythe or dagger, whatever the fuck they call it. So I wanted to try to get something where it's like a long-range kind of weapon. I wanted to keep it in that spirit. And also, it is one of Shine's sisters' weapons as well, who I have not shown off in this series yet. Chenrika, she's the one who also carries a pike, and I kind of wanted to give her more love, which is why I kind of gave him the pike. But we'll see how this all goes. We'll see how it all cements in. I'll see how I feel. All right, let's take this base because we want complete domination, and we can end the video. But like I said, this was really fun. It's annoying when I have to read it, but when I start typing it up, I just get this biggest grin on my face ever, because it's like I'm doing this and I'm writing this stuff. I love it. Which really eventually does make me hope one day that I can get this all happen, because I actually I do actually put a lot of effort into making this story and everything, and so I kind of hope one day I can make it a reality. Kind of makes me think of Baby Vegeta's Revenge Death Ball. Ow! Ow! Ah! Oh, you missed, you fool! Oh, I can't use concentration. This is awkward. Stop. Alright, let's freeze them up. And now to finish you all, Revenge Death Ball! Jesus! What is happening here? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Hep? You fool! Ah! Freeze! I could have actually done that freeze instead, so I didn't waste a Muso. That's fine, though. Alright, there we go. Now we can get over there. Making progress over to Liang Ming. Stop! God! And maybe I'll also eventually do one for Liang Ming. She is a major character in this story as well. As you can clearly see, she's commander of like this rebellion resistance with humans. She's pretty much the leader of the humans and everything. And she's not a bad character by any means. Literally, Guang is meant to be the villain of this arc and everything. So I really need to put her in perspective and how she's so relevant in this story, because she is. She's a very relevant character in this arc as well. So I need to make sure eventually, so she'll probably be the 4th one I do. We'll see how that goes. And I'll probably try to do a themed one for everyone else as well, but that'll be further down the line. For now, I'm just focusing on the 3 biggest characters of this arc, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So Liang Ming will probably be in that category, and she'll be the following week after Ember. So, guys, with that being said, I hope you all did enjoy this backstory and action that you saw with Guang. I know I kind of already did a video with Guang, but I didn't really go in depth of his backstory and everything, so this is where you could see how he became the way he is. So, guys, if you all did enjoy, be sure to hit that like button. It would really let me know that you all are enjoying this. Hit the comment down below as well. Your thoughts on the character, and if you're hyped or not for the other 2 backstories. So we got 1 done. Hikari is going to be next. Then Ember, and then I guess I'll do Liang Ming as well. So, with all that being said, guys, be sure to also hit that sub button, because we're trying to 500 subs before summer. So let's see if we can make it happen. Yes! You guys have been killing the sub goals recently. It's been crazy. So I really appreciate you all. So with that being said, thank you all very much for watching this, and I'll see you all in the next video.